From courtroom battles and political alliances to not a billion, $1 billion oil deals and global diplomacy, Nigeria's week has been nothing short of monumental. Peter Obi's quest of with cho lawyer activist Deji Adeyanju, President Tinubu jets to Brazil for energy revival, while lawyers are rallying in Enugu to confront leadership failures, and a story of a demigod where a young mother of two is lying helpless in a Nigerian hospital, waiting for Dangote groups to man up after one of his drivers maimed alive. Let's get into the story, guys. Hello everybody, welcome back again to my channel. My name is Wemimo and I'm also known as Stat Mom of 5 and also known as TMO5 Kanduko. If you are new here, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back, and thanks to those of you. We are currently at 24,000. I wouldn't have been able to do it without you guys. So guys, let's get into this talk. Let's get this talk started. I hope you have your cup of tea or coffee. So Dangote Group, very dark man. Phyna, it is not about Phyna, not very dark man, but Ruth, who is the victim here. She is lying helplessly in a Nigerian hospital. Whether she is an unmarried mother of two or not, she did not ask for Dangote truck driver to maim and change her life drastically forever. Dangote and the Nigerian government are the bodies we should be dragging to do the needful without any need for social media fracas, because now everybody is now using it as a content creation. Now it's fracas between family of the victim, which is Phyna, of course, and a semi-god, very dark man. Guys, let me know what your thoughts and opinion are in regards to this case of Phyna sidelined very dark man or not, whose life is at risk here. Let me know what you think. Next. So election is piping up in Nigeria now. So despite the 2027 general elections being 2 years away, Nigeria has already entered full campaign mode. I saw a few people. I'll share that video anyway.
Earlier on today, I ran into a group of old-takers in the Nigerian entertainment industry. But that is not even my problem, because I'm still coming back to them. With what I have seen today, Nigeria is still doomed for another 4 years after this regime is over. Can you imagine the level of damage control being done by a group of old-takers led by Sheilo? Most of them with half-baked, unsuccessful careers in their respective industries. Some people like Zulezu, Zach, or Gentuja, African China, and so many of them that don't even have a say in the Nigerian media space today were all recruited with what I believe was a token for this damage control. But I have one question for all these people. If they truly mean well for Nigerians, where were they when all these things were happening to the people of Benue State? How many of these names spoke up in the unending attack in Plateau? I'm not here to question their decision to support whoever they choose to support. But how about the people? How about the people that you choose to represent? What are you doing whenever they are being attacked? The funniest part of this whole thing is their topic. Relax, Tinubu is fixing Nigeria. Please make me understand what exactly they are fixing. The economy is unreasonably in shambles. Oh, did I just say the economy? The brouhaha of an economy seems to be taking a nosedive in an unredeemable pit hole. After throwing a few pieces of 500 naira note into the money that cannot even buy you a breakfast in Nigeria today, it seems they were able to brainwash the people to shout Tinubu 2027. But with what I have seen today, if it was to be on an election ground, I am so certain that they have successfully manipulated the people to thumbprint where they are not supposed to. And this is the same environment a few minutes after they are done. I welcome you all back to reality. Welcome back to reality. It is funny all of us will be suffering in this same regime and complaining about it, and some of us will still want to worship the ground they work at every given chance to share upon and speak for I.
Opposition leaders Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi have formed an alliance under the African Democratic Congress. Guys, I don't do politics, but I just have to mention this so you know. The ADC are aiming to challenge President Tinubu's ruling of All People's Congress, and the APC are in turn giving people buburu for 500 naira, aggressively promoting Tinubu through renamed infrastructure and widespread messaging. I know they are doing more than that. I've seen them sharing guguru popcorn. Yes. Critics argue this preoccupation is overshadowing governance and economic hardship. Guys, what do you think? Anyway, with that being said, how is the electoral reform being shared by our Randy Peter going on? Do you believe that INEC are going to do better? Do you believe this forthcoming election will be transparent, or it's going to be the same as 2023? Guys, Nigerians, my lovely people, let me know what you think in the comment section, okay? Because I really love to know, right? Next! So Peter Obi and Deji Adeyanju, there's a lawsuit that is flying between both of them. And let me break down the story to you, okay? So Peter Obi, the former governor of Anambra State and a prominent Labour Party figure, is threatening or possibly threatening legal action against Deji Adeyanju, lawyer, used to be VDM's lawyer, a political activist and lawyer, over alleged defamation. Now, you guys will ask me, what is the defamation? What is going on between father and son, right? According to a demand letter issued by Peter Obi's legal team, Deji Adeyanju has published, in quote, false, malicious, and grossly defamatory statements on social media platforms, which we know as X and Facebook. This statement described Peter Obi as a religious bigot, fraud, thief, and other derogatory terms, which the lawyers claim are damaging to his reputation, both domestically and internationally. So now the waiting way lawyer go right on top of Peter Obi head be that. Anyway, Peter Obi's lawyers are now demanding lawyer to create an immediate deletion of the offensive post and a full, in quote, unreserved, unqualified, and public apology to be made on Deji Adeyanju's social media accounts and in 3 daily newspapers. That's a norm in Nigeria, right? But lawyer Chocho is everywhere, possibly trying to change his story and possibly not unsure of what he is up to, even though he said he is happy to finally go to court and prove all those things he said about Peter Obi. Guys, I'll put a short video here so you guys can hear him. Do you think he knows what he's doing?
Response isn't yourself now descending to the same space or the same pedestal or the same bottom of that cliff that you're trying to say people should not descend to with the action you're taking already? If you get my drift.
You see, Peter, if Peter does not want to be criticized, he should go back to his house and be eating jollof rice. Anyone who puts himself up for public office must be criticized, must be scrutinized, must be insulted. Anybody who feels too big to be criticized or too big to be insulted, and it is his mentality that his aides and his obedient mob, that is the same mentality they have. That, oh, our candidate cannot be criticized, but Tinubu can be called a drug lord, Atiku can be called a looter, a thief. But our candidate cannot be criticized. Supreme Court judges can be named and shamed. Court of Appeal judges can be intimidated and criticized and even say they should go and lynch their children. You understand? But our candidate, we draw the line when our candidate is involved. So this is the political hypocrisy of these political extremists that we must never allow in our polity. We saw it under the Buharis. They didn't want anybody to criticize or analyze their candidate. And it is the same thing. Mr. Peter was the one that put himself up to be president. If he doesn't want me to criticize, I'm not insulting any obedient, I'm not insulting anybody. It is the man that has put himself up for president. I'm analyzing. I'm saying that, as governor, you did this. You went around churches in this country to go and say church should take back their country. You spoke with Bishop Oyedepo and said that the election is a religious war. Therefore, you are a religious bigot. There's nothing I'm saying that is not in public domain. There's nothing I'm saying, or there's nothing I've said, or the things I've said. The only thing else that I forgot to say is that he's a political prostitute, which I've now added. So you should add it to the suit.
Anyway, Deji Adeyanju has responded defiantly. He publicly mocked the lawsuit threats and appears ready to face Peter Obi in court. He went on to write on his X page, formerly known as Twitter, in quotes, I laughed so hard. I can't wait to meet him in court finally. A fraud parading himself as a messiah. Wow, wow, woo, woo. That is our Peter Obi. Anyway, Deji also said that the legal move came after he sued one of Peter Obi's aides, known as Sarah Ibrahim. Deji accused her of defaming his own wife, allegedly calling his own wife an, in quotes, OnlyFans HOE, and making other unprintable remarks. In turn, Peter Obi's camp argued that Deji Adeyanju's attack on the aide triggered the retaliatory response. Deji Adeyanju is practically doing like Reno Mokri, that man with white beard. Yeah. Anyway, let me give you guys context and what actually led to the escalation on this story. This confrontation isn't isolated, okay? It stems from simmering tensions between Deji Adeyanju and supporters of Peter Obi, commonly known as Obidients. Me, I am Obedient. And I'm officially announcing it here, I am Obedient. And it extends to mutual allegations of defamation and reputation damage. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. With that being said, Deji Adeyanju, also a known critic of Obi's political movement, has repeatedly questioned Peter Obi's integrity and motives, branding Peter Obi a fraud or religious bigot in public. The recent suit isn't a standalone incident, okay, but rather as a part of a broader clash of commentary, lawsuits, and political rivalry. Obedience, Deji Adeyanju friends, Drop your thought and opinion in the comment section. What did happen between our two guys? Let me know in the comment section. Anyway, in other news that rubs with Peter Obi, Morayo Afolabi Brown has admitted her ignorance in past criticism of Peter Obi. So Morayo is a former Your View host. She has admitted that her past criticism of former Anambra State Governor Peter Obi was based on ignorance and a lack of proper understanding of his record in office. Auntie Moji, are you sure you be journalist? Are you sure you are a journalist? Anyway, the veteran media personality during an interview with Chud Didonwo confessed that her comments against Peter Obi, which is the Labour Party presidential candidate, were not well informed. Anti-journalists, go and do your journalism work and carry out research respectfully. In quotes, she said, it was because I did not know him. After I made that comment, people called me and said, Morayo, do you realize that when he was governor, when Peter Obi was governor, he actually served the people of his country, of his city well? In quotes, so that was him. I said, oh, I did not know, she said. Auntie Morayo, please be an investigative journalist. Don't just run on something. We are looking on you to report news to us as normal, but if you're not giving us full news, I don't think... Next, guys. Anyway, the Nigerian Bar Association of Nigeria had a conference in Enugu a few days ago, actually, and a senior lawyer with over 45 years expressed his displeasure with the NBA for giving special recognition to some baby lawyers, baby lawyers at the conference that lasted a few days ago. In the legal profession, you climb to the top by paying your dues. You do not occupy the position of the seniors in the legal profession, even if you have succeeded outside the profession. That was what this person was saying. And I'm going to put his word here. In quotes, I am very sad at the way very junior lawyers who have succeeded outside the profession are being given honorary status. Some of them made it in politics, showbiz, movie industry. What happened at Enugu should not happen again. Here is a video of our learned lawyer who has 45 years experience, expressing his views and thoughts. I'll pop the video here so you guys can watch it, okay?
My lords, justices, judges, life benchers, senior advocates of Nigeria, senior colleagues and colleagues. I did not attend the Nigerian Bar Association conference, but I've been following up. I saw some posts. Very, very junior lawyers. A few of them, not even up to a year post-call, have been given special recognition at Fura during the conference. The legal profession, where I have participated in over 45 years, is not like that. I am Timothy Abiodun Olatukumbo Tubiele. In the legal profession, you climb to the top by paying your dues. If you have succeeded outside the legal profession, that does not make you occupy position seniors occupy in the legal profession. We have to correct things. Really, I'm very, very sad at the way very, very junior lawyers who have succeeded outside the profession have been given honorary status. I will not mention names. Some of them made it in politics, in showbiz, perhaps in as actors. I would have felt bad if I were in the hall and I'm sitting, sweating at the back or wherever, and you find an actor, somebody who is an actor, maybe 3-4 years at the bar, sitting in front, where senior advocates of Nigeria, benchers, life benchers are sitting. The legal profession is not like this. I urge, in future, what has happened in Enugu should never happen again. You come into the profession, you pay your dues. I remember many years ago when I was very young at the bar, a very senior lawyer came to court, and I was sitting at the edge of a long seat. And he came and he asked me politely to move to the center of the bench, and I refused. And the man, he did nothing, he said nothing. It was much, much later that I realized that juniors were supposed to sit at the center of the long chair. Why? Because seniors move from court to court, so they sit at the edge. Unfortunately, I could not go back to apologize to this senior. That is the way our profession is structured. They are tradition. These are culture we have acquired over the years. I commented about benchers going to shake hands with lawyers newly called to the bar. When we were called to the bar, we never saw benchers. They file. After the call, they file away to a room, and we don't have contact with them. Guys, we have tradition. Let us uphold the tradition in the legal profession. That is my take. That is my take.
At the same event also, Shehu Akinbaloye asked our lawyers serious questions. Oh yeah, listen to the video, okay?
The first question is Nigeria better today than 2 years ago? So I think that is for yes. Is Nigeria better today than 2 years ago? Okay, let's go to the second question. Do you think, order please, do you think the nation is on the right track with the policies of the Tinubu government? Okay. All right. My third question, and this is very important, and we need to also think carefully. Is your hope renewed? No, I've not finished the question. Hold on. I've not finished the questions. Hold on is a longer sentence. Is your hope renewed now, or do you think this government is in touch with the present realities of the average nation? For those who agree, say yes. Those who disagree, say no. If you agree that the Minister of the Interior did a fantastic job in defending a very difficult situation of the country, put your hands together for him. If you really think the Minister of the Interior did a very good job, please stand up and clap for him. So it's a unanimous decision. All right, on that note, the yes have it.
Lastly, Baba Tinubu traveled to Brazil on a state visit. I think he did it on the 24th and 25th of August, which was aimed at strengthening bilateral ties across multiple sectors, including energy, aviation, trade, science, and finance. During this visit, Baba Tinubu held high-level discussion with the Brazilian President Luis Inácio Lula da Silva, I think that's it, met with the legislative and judicial leaders, and participated in the Nigeria-Brazil Business Forum, among other engagements. And here are some of the videos of Baba Tinubu alleging that, in quotes, since he took over, no more corruption in Nigeria. Everything is going well. Baba Tinubu, fear God, oh. Baba Tinubu, fear God, oh. Nigerians, here is the video. Listen for yourself and leave your thoughts in the comment section. Want to hear Baba Tinubu's video of what he alleged.
The reform that I've embarked upon since I took over in Nigeria has been very impactful. I can beat my chest for that. It was initially painful, but today the result is blossoming. It's getting clearer to the people. We have more money to the economy, no more corruption. We have the governor of Central Bank here. You don't have to know him before you get the foreign exchange that you need. The speculators are out in our currency market. The door is open for businesses. Easy in, easy out.
So, politics, power, and culture. Nigeria's week these past few days has been explosive. The question is, which of these stories will shape the nation's future? Stay tuned, all right? If you have watched this video till now and you are yet to subscribe to my channel, what are you waiting for? Don't forget to like, drop a comment in the comment section based on all these trending topics that I've shared with you. Do not hesitate to like, comment, share, subscribe, and also join my membership. It's just a way of you supporting my channel. And see you in the next trending Nigerian news. Stay blessed, and I will definitely be back with another cho on trending Nigerian news. See you guys later. Bye.